I'm doing this transition for 10 years now.
Double checking. People should be able to hear us now. Hello and welcome to our Shadowrun experiment for the roleplay in Shadowrun 5th edition. And now half of the people can leave the live stream already, since they are either older and don't care about 5th edition, or they're younger and don't care about 5th edition. But there's like a specific subsect of people that when they thought about playing Shadowrun, 5th edition are the books they bought, and it's the books they're sticking with, because it was like, what, 300 euros or 500 euros to buy all of the books and collect them over the years. And who wants to start a new collection to play Shadowrun with? Now let's talk. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear the guests? Leave a quick comment in the comment section on the stream itself. And yeah, let's introduce yourselves.
Oh, should I go first?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Well, I tend to go by a few names, but my YouTube name is Dragon Thumbs, although I also go by MS. I played Shadowrun about 5th edition 8 years ago, probably. That's generally what I think. 2010s, middle of that. 5th edition, still a bit rusty with it. I've only had a little bit of time to rejig the rules. 4D roleplay, however, quite new. Not so rusty on that. Done a few games with our host here. Suppose that's it.
All right, great. Unicorn, it's your turn.
It's my turn. I'm a distracted unicorn, also known as the wife. I regularly play Shadowrun, or try to. I don't have an internet presence that much, so I don't really know what to say.
Well, that's good enough, right? Hello, the wife, she plays the Shadowrun. Well, maybe, so let's talk about real quick before we go too deep into this. When I asked for Shadowrun players, we had a few people interested, and the problem is if I accept them, I have to start the show at midnight or later. So I cannot accept. I cannot accept this. That's the biggest issue. The other one being, my wife is really good at playing Shadowrun, but she never participated in an actual play or 4D roleplay. We tried a couple at home with friends and just me and her by ourselves, but none of that is recorded, so she still has a yellow tag on the Discord. And this is both an opportunity to show that she can roleplay. She can totally do it.
Can I pass upon that opportunity, please?
Yeah, yes, of course you can. Like, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. But it does. Go ahead.
I'm just used to my yellow tag by now. I like the piss color.
So yeah, I don't know if that's gonna make it weirder or easier to roleplay MS, but you have been warned.
That's fine. I've been in more awkward games.
Wait, okay, but now I have to know which game would be more awkward too.
I think there was a Vampire the Masquerade one once. That got a little weird.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, they're a very strange group of people.
Are we talking like, oh, let's go on a date in this role-playing game, totally in character?
I rather not.
Well,
I'm already married to a man, and that's enough.
Well, there was also the Traveller one, but I'm not going to speak of it because... Ugh.
Okay. The memories, they need to be buried.
They do. They really do.
All right.
But yeah.
How do we tackle Shadowrun 5th edition. A few things that come to mind is using an application known as Jammer 5, which is the way I was introduced how to run the Shadows, because you can keep track of all of your statistics and everything you need about your character, including ammunitions, how much you're paying for the month for your apartment, where you live, your statistics, how much karma they cost to upgrade. And it's a great tool for the, what would you call it? Like the bureaucracy run part of the game?
Has a dice roller.
The dice roller isn't really that important to me because I hate clicking a button that tells you a number.
Yeah. You also need to like ask for modifiers everywhere, so everything grinds to a halt.
Yeah,
And then the whole thing just
different.
crashes and then grinds to a halt anyway.
I mean, anything that can speed up admin work. I remember the sheets are not being particularly good for that, especially with my awful handwriting. You keeping track of ammunition, bullets, everything. It can be quite a pain, which is why automated tools are just so much better for it. Because if you say, well, expend this amount of ammunition, you just make a note.
I mean, Jammer's advantage, you can set up like, select the weapon, then like burst, and then there's like a fire button, and then it automatically deducts the ammunition that you should have fired by now.
I mean, I have
Because
downloaded
you're
and
big
taken a little look into it.
Yeah, I'm only using it for PDFs mostly because nobody can read my handwriting, not even myself.
A common affliction in this hobby.
It also helps when you go to your friend's place in the city one over. I don't have my whole computer with me, so I just print out the PDF for the quick reference, which is, the big reference. I bring all 6 pages, put it down on the table, If I need to know something, I look it up. Otherwise, I just put my notebook on top of it and write in there.
Yeah, it's very important. If for any like crunch heavy systems, automation tools or web programs, pretty good. Preferably like use it for like tablets or like, well, I wouldn't say a phone, but it can be used for phones. But I don't trust my players to use the phone that way.
Oh yeah, no, it's certainly a trust issue of, well, it's been abused too many times, so let's just not use phones, okay, guys? No, I can totally do it, I can you can totally put down a dog treat on the table and expect me not to eat it when you look away.
I'll show you what it looked like when I used to bring the books to my friends.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jesus Christ.
The Shadowrun books.
And that's
I've only got the core rule book that's just in front of me.
You guys have books? I'm not even looking. I'm too busy running a stream. I don't have time for the books.
Oh yeah, Mr. Fancy Pants, internet promi over there.
Okay, look, I have 200 subscribers. I'm basically famous.
That's 200 more than I have. Congratulations.
Probably about 160 over me.
Nah, Bacon has me beat still. He has 500. I can never aspire to such high numbers.
I'd be surprised if any knew that I existed on the internet.
I suppose like base mechanics probably best place to start then. Like how, I suppose for viewers, how does one play Shadowrun?
Well, the basics are using these. These are some officially released Shadowrun dice, which, if you don't know, it's a normal d6 where they replace the 1 with nothing on it, and the 5 and the 6 have a Shadowrun symbol, and it's a very easy way to read if you have success, or like how many successes you have rolled. Since I have a box full of them, that's mostly how I'm going to play it. I was thinking about using it in Sophie's dice, but then we would just cover the whole screen with die rolls and manually counting them again. or use Sophie's dice and the macro to count up the successes, which is possible. But I have, and I think this is specifically to Shadowrun. The benefit is rolling a handful of dice onto the table to feel how badass your character is in doing any specific skill. So I prefer to roll it manually.
Yes, the feeling of taking a handful of d6s and just throwing them at your enemy, sometimes literally.
Yeah, it's something about rolling a lot of dice does really activate the neurons. Again, that's good. That's a really fun part of it. I was about to ask really because I completely forgot. Is it 4, 5, 6 for successes, or is it 5 and 6?
5
you
and
answered
6.
it. Yeah, you answered it. Yeah. So mostly it's a dice pool system. Like you build it from your stats. Well,
Attribute,
attribute
and
and
value.
skill. And what I do like about 5th edition Shadowrun, not the other 5e or that one, is the fact that you can get skills as sort of like a package deal. So you can get a cluster of skills that are very related to each other, all up to a minimum base level, and then maybe specialize and take one out and then upgrade that. So you might be a street samurai who's really good with blades and melee combat of all kind, but you particularly shine with your katana that refolds itself 1,000 times a second.
You have to unmute yourself if you're laughing so everybody can hear it.
No. I keep that to myself. That's just for me.
Yeah, skill groups are cool. The way we always did it was buying skill groups first and then buying individual skills, because once you do, you basically break up the skill group, so you can no longer use the skill group itself to upgrade.
Yeah, also it's cheaper to level skills as the whole group. The limitation is if you raise one specific skill out of that group, it breaks the whole group. So you have to bring the others of that group up to the same level of the highest, then you can regroup it. And you cannot learn specializations like getting +2s with katanas or assault rifles until you want to break the group.
And yeah, in that way you have a lot of flexibility on how to build, but it avoids the metagaming of how do I save the most amount of karma and just do whatever I want and build a better character than Johnny over there, the other guy at the table that builds with the same amount of karma but has a horrible character that succeeds in nothing.
The position of a comedic relief is always open.
That's true. It always is.
I agree with Elf Hunter here. Bacon does deserve more subscribers. I put a post on my YouTube channel to check out Bacon's video.
I think there might be a bit of overlap, to be honest, in your subscribers.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no original subscriber on my channel yet.
I don't even know what that is.
Bacon is a person.
I know what bacon is. and who bacon is.
Yeah, it's better with bacon.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna do a test of it, we'll need to probably make some characters. But at what level? What kind of game? Because if you've got 2 people, then you're probably not gonna have a Decker and well, you could have a Decker and a Face Man, but it'd be a very kind of specialist team.
Yeah.
I want to figure out a couple of overarching things first before we talk character. So let's start with because I brought up Chummer. How have you installed Chummer?
Yes, I've actually got Chummer installed. I was poking around a bit with it. It's got a lot of tools and a lot of source books.
a lot of optional rules and community-specific rules, and you can do house rules to some degree.
Yeah, you can when you're building a build method, you can.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff you can tag in with it, like so much stuff.
Yes, so when setting up a character, I want you to be able to have access to like most, if not all of the books. But I really want Distracted Unicorn to guide you through that part because most of the books you don't really need unless you, depending on the character you play. So if you play a rigger, you want to have the Rigger 5 book activated for sure. If you don't play a rigger, it's not that important. Might be cool, but it also might just be confusing when you try to buy inventory of, oh, here are all of those drone options that you don't really have to worry about, but you have to browse through.
Yeah, rigger specifically is like a book. Every second book has something that a rigger can use, like some tiny drone, or then there's the German specific books that have very interesting drones. And with rigger, you get like completely new rules for modifying your drones in the rigger 5 book compared to the core rule book. It's basically, I don't have a different word for it, so I'm just gonna say clusterfuck.
Yeah, sure.
That's about right. I mean, usually when I run like a system, even like for like newbies, I tend to just go for like core rulebook, or at least core rulebook, maybe something with quality of life, like what you said about riggers. Like they're not really complete without something more because they're a bit bare bones.
Yeah. So, Unicorn, tell me, what kind of books should MS have like ticked on for the chummer when building the character?
Shadowrun 5th edition, probably.
Yes.
The core rule book is, I would recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Let me open this accursed thing.
I believe you might be able to save.
I mean, I personally, for my characters that I make personally, I have next to every book enabled.
When building, do you have does it source which what something's from? So say like there's a trait and
Yes, if you have a
it
quality,
says, oh, it comes from this book.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to guess. Because sometimes the chummer is a bit stupid in like updating, oh yeah, this is from some book, and then you're sitting there, which book is this? Like,
Yes, so I can, in Chummer, I can click on my positive qualities, like School of Hard Knocks, and it tells me the source is RF149. In that case, it is Run Faster, page 149. Now, I have to worry about whether I use the German book or the English book, because they will have a different abbreviation. Instead of Run Faster, it would be the German words, so I have to keep that.
Schattenläufer.
Yes.
This accursed thing, which introduces Santa Wars. Ooh, I've never seen one in game.
Yeah, they're still horsing around in the background.
Yeah, if you have such a fat ass, you're not built for the 6th world.
So build method, priority tables, some to 10 karma, and what level, I guess.
The way we use karma, we do the starting karma pack of 800 karma and buy everything separately, so to say. Okay. But I've never really done it the other way around with the priority system and stuff, so I'm not.
I've only ever used priorities because I just like the system because it's like you get to like pick what you want. Usually just means me dump statting magic because I want the cool cyberware.
You cannot even dump stat magic because if you don't take the mage thingy, you don't get magic, so you cannot dump stat it.
True.
But yeah, if you don't want, there was like a time where like everyone who was like, "Oh, I want to be a mage," and you're automatically a human because everything else is too expensive. You want to be troll mage? Congratulations, you're basically useless because the
Poor
troll is
trolls.
so expensive in itself, and then you add a mage, which is expensive. My favorite creation method is sum to 10 or the community modified sum to whatever it was, 14, I think.
But we'll
Which the
use
Chama has
Karma for
presets
this.
for.
So are we using Karma or sum to 10?
I would say we get on which we use now because it can create vastly different characters.
If you used sum to 10 before, let's just go with that. So
I've not
I have
used
used both before. The Karma is the most flexible because you get to cherry pick your stat to the exact number that you want. But if you're out of Karma, you're gonna go the what's it called? Rigmarole of finding stuff that I can lower so I can get Karma for this other thing that I want.
Gameplay. Yeah, what does it say? Sum to 10 in the core book?
Sum to 10 is in the Schattenläufer, Run Faster. It's also the 2 books that I would recommend.
Hold on, I'll double check that.
Maybe even Run and Gun, and then it goes into like, now we go into the area where you have to be specific about what you want to do with a character for picking more books.
That's also a quirk about Shadowrun. Oh yeah, the good way to build characters is in this other book. That's not the core rule book.
Yeah. Like you want to play a Technomancer, you need the core rule book, you need what's it called in English? Kill code and data trails at least.
I got Run Faster and Run and Gun.
Yeah.
Need to lean into this. Sum to 10 generation.
Yeah, and now you can pick from sum to 10 German, sum to 10 improved, sum to 10 improved German. Then I don't even know what full house is, so don't ask me, please.
Yeah, we can skip full house.
I don't even know what the difference is between sum to 10 German and sum to 10 improved.
I assume
I use my own sum to 10 set, which I will probably not use for this one. I could send it to you, and then you can load it into German and you have the same base rules. But I would just go with one of the basic ones. Like,
I mean, I could definitely do a sum to 10 generation.
yeah, sum to 10 improved is just sum to 14.
Right. So just count as 14.
Yeah, there's like a slight switch in the cost of some of the priorities. Like A costs 6 instead of 5. Because usually people went like, ooh, I'm just gonna pick A for this, or B for this, D for that, and C for everything else, because I just want to be a poor little human mage.
Quick
roast the neighborhood.
While since we are talking a bunch of jargon that doesn't explain anything for the stream, do you have so you got the PDF of Run Faster? Okay, good. So it's page 62 that explains sum to 10. And for those people at home, you spend points on priorities. So A priority, B priority, C, D, and E, with A costing 4 points and E costing 0 points. So let's talk about stuff like an E priority would be playing a human. It would be picking the E priority for attributes would mean you get 12 points of attributes to spread out. The E priority of resources would be 6,000 nuance. The A priority of resources would be 450,000 nuance. So it really influences how many points you have in different sections for building your character. Like, are you really good physically and mentally? Like, are you really strong, really smart? Or do you have just a boatload of money? Do you, like, instead of having large attributes, but you have a low, like, so many skills that you can highly specialize in a couple skill trees and outperform the other guys? And of course, a magic or resonance is also a priority. You can go A, B, C, D, and E for magical resonance, which means either you don't invest into magical resonance, so you have more money and more skills, more attributes, or you do, and now you have some magic unlocked, but you are versed in all the other areas because you have a maximum of 10 points to spend.
I'll just select it as something kind of German, know the adjustments required. And then I can really delve into it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Any house rules?
I'm sure they will come up, so a couple things to keep in mind. In the Jammer, anything that says German to it usually means that it's fixed, because it's basically a patch on the English rules that the English guys like didn't think about when they wrote their books. And once it got into German hands, we were like, well, das macht keinen Sinn, you know? And we fixed it for our versions. The famous example, I say famous because it's so funny, it happened at our live table where the player picked an item called like combat boots, which
Lone Star Tactical Combat Boots.
Tell me what it did in the American version, Unicorn.
It made your sneaking worse, which is also what it does in the German version, because they are heavy steel-plated boots. But also, it gave you an AP, which is armor penetration. And in the English wording, it sounded like, oh yeah, you just get a flat AP, no matter what or who you attack while kicking them. In the German version, it was reduced. You get this flat AP if you kick a fucking door in, not a person. It was specifically against barriers.
So
Which a door or a wall is.
you can guess which player played an adept and put on some boots, and suddenly everything was +2 AP to every single attack they did to attack people with. It's like these 50 million boots just make you like hit harder than a truck.
I'm gonna actually hear you here. It's a -5 because minus is good.
What, -5 of what?
-5 AP.
That's even more ridiculous. Like, this hits harder than APDS bullets, like
Yes.
armor penetrating bullets for your guns. Just, well, I guess I just kicked this this tank over there, no problem.
I'm just gonna kick this troll, and all his ribs turn into a fine paste and powder. And then I will snort it or something.
In what city do we want to define a specific city? Or do you...
That's a good question.
I'm planning to play about 3 to 4 sessions, maybe 5. And so, because the whole project is to find out, can we 4D roleplay? Since Unicorn hasn't 4D roleplayed on camera before, so I want to have a few episodes to warm up as a group, as a party. And also so we have time to talk about what went wrong or what went really well, and adapt how we roleplay to make it more 4D as we go along.
You picked the worst system for this.
Right. City. So I'm not the 100% on law. I know that there's a bunch of American cities. I know that there's tons like European cities as well, but I'm not. I would probably say like maybe for once set it in Europe. Where exactly? Like you guys would probably have better information.
The most used cities by both by the core rule book here in Germany is either Seattle, the Emerald City, or Hamburg, the stinking shithole.
It's true. That's how it's described because the whole city is flooded by like 10 meters.
There was like a bit of a catastrophe in the Northern Sea, and the ocean decided to come to the city. So the coastline basically moved a few kilometers inland, and most of it was what's an appropriate word? Mixture of chemicals, oil spills, and everything that kills you by that gives you very, very bad rashes.
So, what it sounds like is like the city's still there, but there's like
Oh, yes.
flooded sections. There's like infrastructure that's been built around it. So you are like
I would
usually
imagine if the city, like all the skyscrapers that used to be at the coastline, like the first few levels are underwater, and you build like planks and flotsam between the skyscrapers, and you have whole districts that are just ship boats connected together, never moving. They're just building their own little sections.
that does sound pretty cool.
That is indeed accurate for one part of the Hamburg city. The rest was rebuilt because that was like 30 or 40 in-game years ago compared to Shadowrun 5, which plays in the like 2080s around. And most of that with the flood that happened in the 40s or 50s or something.
So generally speaking, you'd probably take that and probably be able to speak German to a good level.
Mostly in native levels. I mean, we could also play Seattle. Seattle is easy because it's an American city. It's just the same now, just with even more guns and violence.
I mean, yeah, like I don't mind playing in like somewhere like Hamburg. Like, you know, it's a very different kind of city. Like I could easily like play a character who's not he's new in the city. Like, you know, a good point of contact for like to be able to like learn stuff. So I could ask questions. I could be like, oh yeah, well, like what about this place, or like who are the major players, and it'd be easier to find out because then they would encourage roleplay.
With stuff like Hamburg, I do have like a small book for Hamburg itself. This one is just like a small little pamphlet, but
a big book, my dear.
I do have a.
You have to show your face so it shows. Like hold it under your neck.
Yeah, it's
this stupid piece of technology. You're cringe.
The book is
Are you
there.
with me?
The book is there. I promise.
It exists. I promise.
The book is real. But
it can hurt you.
Oh, it definitely can hurt you. It has edges.
So if you go with Hamburg, I have like a wealth of pre-created materials to draw from for districts, gangs, locations that I can basically pepper in to roleplay scenes inside. So it's basically, you know, the GM prep in D&D where somebody else builds the city for you and you just roleplay there.
Yeah, like it'd be already done. Like you probably know the place like the back of your hand. You probably have like all these cool gangs and factions where you're just like, ooh, I want to bring in these guys.
Or we can talk about this real quick. Unicorn, I don't think anybody else ever used the city book as a source to roleplay in Hamburg in, did they? I think I was the only one.
You did, and everyone else used it as a glorified paperweight.
Yeah, so we just say, yeah, we roleplay in Hamburg because the players literally go there, you know, regularly. They know the place.
Some of us have been in Hamburg in real life. I was witness to a crime in Hamburg.
Yeah, we can accurately roleplay crime in Hamburg. It's true.
Yeah, you know what that looks like?
It's
people
so real.
screaming in the distance, someone running or riding a bicycle at you, And then you just stand there like a gobsmacked idiot because you don't know what's going on by the time you realize the guy has passed you already.
I think they don't use bikes anymore. Now they use those little e-scooters, you know, the tiny ones.
Oh yeah, those
So-
fancy fops who don't
So because
belong
Hamburg's flooded
anywhere.
now in Shadowrun, do they just use like jet skis?
Yes, you
There
can
is a
use.
large
You can definitely
pretty rad.
use jet skis and motorcycles that both function as jet skis and a motorcycle. It is a very specific item you can buy in the Hamburg rulebook. So it will be
Nice.
a possibility for you and your character.
Imagine a gyroscopic monowheel with a bubble inside. And you sit inside that bubble and control that monowheel. And it can go in water or not on land. There's an actual moped-looking thing that's like a glorified scooter that also can go in water.
No hovercrafts?
There
Personal.
are hovercrafts, but they're in size categories that made them
Yeah, a
boring.
bit large.
Yeah, it's like,
No,
do you
no,
want one
no
of these
moped
Russian
size.
big things that attract military attention?
Well, I've got an idea for a character, if that makes. So I'm thinking just keep it very basic. Sort of a mercenary kind of guy. What was it? Street samurai. That's it. Sort of street samurai. Maybe they work in the Europe area, but they've been like called in for like a job in Hamburg, maybe.
Do you also know what your gene pool looks like?
I'm considering.
I mean, if you want to be the most basic of basic street samurais, you're a Caucasian human male Shadowrunner with an AK and a katana. You cannot get more basic.
You've got the trench coat. Give me one
Trench
of
coat is
those.
not. It's depending on how serious you want to be, because the trench coat doesn't offer as much armor as the armored jacket.
True. Well, I could go either human or orc. Because they tend to be pretty decent, pretty tough and hardy orcs.
I have two ideas. One is a pretty miserable orc who's basically a walking wall of meat. And I can also generate various flavors of miserable and snarky mages and elves, which are usually elven mages.
Well, mage could be quite good. Mage or like a someone who knows the city, like that. That could be a cool idea.
I love playing mages that like, oh, I'm gonna set your pants on fire if you don't stop talking to me.
Let's see. So one of the main questions that I have, and I've completely forgotten this from when I played it originally. So metatypes, they have like numbers next to them in like brackets when you like select a priority. So say like if you take metatype A human, it's human in brackets 9. Like what does the number signify?
The first number is the base attribute that you start with, which for humans is once across the board.
Hmm.
The second number in brackets, lass mich hier nicht lügen. That should be 6s across the board for human, right? I'm looking for this.
In the Run Faster book, it's page 63.
I'm
63. Yeah. So if I say take a priority human, what does the number 9 next to it mean?
This is not fixed. This is not.
Yes, I'm looking for it too, what that means. I'm not quite sure right now.
Here it is.
Hmm.
So, human. Where's the human? Show yourself, you normie.
All of them. They're in all of them. So like, if you take D, could be elf with 0. I'm not too sure what that means.
All right, I figured it out. So
I'm having the special meta types here, not the normal meta.
So this is what it does. If you pick like priority A, but you use it on the meta type human, you get 9 special attribute points, which means
Special.
yes, which means you could in this way you cannot build a troll as a priority C, but you can build a troll as priority B, but you get no extra points. But if you build a troll on priority A, you get 5 extra attribute points, which is what which is extra points for attributes. That's all it is.
Special attributes are specifically edge, the thing that that's your luck, the thing that lets you reroll stuff or gives you extra dice on shit and makes your sixes explode. Magic, which you get when you're an adept, mage, mystic adept. What's it called in English again? Resonance, I think. Just resonance.
Yeah, resonance.
That's a technomancer specific. I'm a computer wizard, literally.
Oh, okay. So that's my mistake. So you don't use special attributes on strength and constitution.
You are not allowed to do that, which is why there's no reason ever to take A for your meta type when you want to play a human, because you get so many of these points that you're just wasting these special points.
You would be the edge master, both edging out on edge and on magic. That's what you're doing.
Okay, edge
I'll draw my katana slowly.
That's a tactical disadvantage you're role playing already.
The street samurai, a human adept with all of the edge and all of the magic.
I mean, do you want to go with cyber, or do you want to go with BioWare, cyberware magic?
Unicorn, why is that important? Why would you have to make a decision between cyber?
Because it fundamentally affects what you play, what is your priority in getting stuff. Like, do you want more money because cyberware is fucking expensive?
It is.
It's like the whole spectrum. It's really fucking cheap and then it eats your soul. Or it's really expensive and it doesn't eat your soul as much.
But why don't I just do both? Why not both?
Because putting cyberware into your body reduces your essence, which is your soul, which gets it eaten up by the cyberware, which directly affects how much magic you can have in your body. If you have an essence of 0.5, then you are the most cyber person out there, probably. Well, not. There's like 0.01. But even if you were born as a mage, the magic that remains is you. There's like babies with more magic in their little fingers than you still have in your body.
But I'm sure MS wants to know, what if he is both an adept but has a cyber arm installed, to punch people with?
Then you are an indecisive prick. Also, you will be colloquially known as a burnout adept because you are wasting your gift of magic.
Okay.
The quick and dirty boost of cyber.
Now,
I'm not gonna stop flaming until you do that.
No, those are leading questions to make you tell me, is there a mechanical drawback for doing this?
You have to juggle both, because every time you reduce your essence by installing your more cyberware by a full digit, like going from 6 to anything above 5, counts as a full reduction in essence, and it lowers your magic attribute by a full number. So if you have magic 4, essence 5, and you put up, you like those fancy cyber arms because they make you punch people through floors, walls, and ceilings. You put 2 in, they're dirty, used. So they eat up a whole point of essence. Suddenly your magic, not only does your essence drop from 5 to 4, but also your magic drops from 4 to 3.
Well, what I was thinking was I could go, let's see, human, so I get 5 points to spend in special attributes. Is that just, or would it be better to just pick Diva, like 3 edge points? I'm not too sure on the action economy of, well, not the economy, the edge economy.
Well, we use the sum to 10, so What is a higher priority to you?
Edge, well, let's be honest here. Edge can be very, very funny, and Edge can be a crutch.
The way
Edge,
I would describe it very much as a tool for role players. If you want, you can use Edge to really create those narratively exciting moments when you go out of your way to do something stupid but hilarious, and you really want it to succeed. You want that extra edge point to spend either beforehand or afterwards to have more dice to roll. And if you roll afterwards, if you spend it afterwards, you can re-roll all of the failed dice. So 1, 2, 3s, and 4s that you rolled, you grab them again and roll them again. So it's your get out of jail free card in many ways, and also gives the pace of the game itself of how dangerous does the game feel that we are playing. If you play with 1 edge or 2 edge, the game is fucking dangerous. Like, you could die to a fucking fly in this game. It flies up to you, you get an allergic reaction, spasming out on the floor, and you just need like 4 gangers to walk up and drop the shit out of you and kick you in the shins, and it's over. Not that
some game masters. Okay, that's a German.
James Master.
Yeah, that's a German coming out. Game master. Some game masters like to let players roll for edge for like their misfortunes. Like, oh yeah, you have 5 edge, so let's roll it. Then you roll like, oh, I have no successes at all, like nothing's across the board. Then they're like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of brain dead Yahoo drug addict gangers, and they're looking for trouble. And you are the trouble they decided to look for right now. So suddenly you are wasting time being in combat or something, or running from them if you're like a wimpy old noodly mage or technomancer.
I suppose 5 edge would probably do good. You said for the character gen for the improved German version, it should go up to 14, right?
Yeah, you get 14 points, but stuff also costs a bit different. You cannot go by by the book anymore.
Yeah.
So the values are in the chummer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as I find them, because I'm getting sidetracked.
Do you need to modify because it's not popping up as.
So you did you use sum to 10 improved or sum to 10 German?
Sum to 10 improved, I think.
Yeah, I see there's a bug in the sum to 10 improved German because it's a sum to 10 without the 14, but it says improved.
I could just add 4 more points to it if that's.
Yeah, but you cannot manually add these 4 more points. The chummer will do nothing but complain if you do.
Yeah, I guess use the other version that's not German.
You can manually add the German changes afterwards, so picking the German improved is pointless.
Try to see if it works. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right, I see. Yeah, you cannot do that.
Yeah. It wants you to make a completely new setting instead of letting you override the default one that this thing represents. Where's the Street Grimoire? If I want to play a mage, I really want the Street Grimoire because there's magic shit in it. I'm also. Yeah, I would read. I as much as I like the German stuff, the Schattenhandbuch and Schattenload stuff. If you cannot read German, I would like to refrain it, or you have to ask me questions every single time you see something that vaguely interests you.
That's fair.
Yeah, we can just use with whatever English the normal variants are in the Chummer 5 program. And if something looks fishy, we can always, fix it by talking about it. That's the easiest way to play anyways. Like if something looks broken, just ask, and since we both have lots of experience playing and running the game.
Oh, I see you in this rule set you cannot modify the house rules. Fascinating. You
Okay,
cannot
yeah,
modify
I've got it
quite a
working.
few things.
So I do kind of want to go for like Street Samurai. So like I'll probably need cash money for that.
Yes.
I highly recommend lots of skills, and if you are going the cyberware path, lots of resources or attributes, whichever one's more important to you. So when I build a character and my focus was I have an arm that's really tuned out, I don't need that much money. I need money, but I'm not replacing my whole spine with that money, you know? I'm just replacing one
wide
body part.
reflexes.
But if you replace both arms, maybe you shouldn't buy lots of strength attributes, because you don't really use the strength attributes, you use the arms.
Let's see. Go C human, C attributes, E mundane. Probably get some skills. Probably B for skills, and B for cash. But that's a bit too. I can go B for attributes and skills and resources with C for human. That's probably a good all round to like start out with. Can get you kitted out
All right.
and still not be crap.
How much money will you have available?
275k.
Yeah, that sounds.
One question that I'm finding very impertinent right now. On which level do we want to play? Street Scum, Established Runner, or Pro?
Probably just go standard.
Yeah, so Established Runner.
Isn't sub to 14 really like giving you extra resources for everything then?
Nope. It's exactly Established Runner level.
Oh really? I thought since you have 4 more points than sub to 10.
Yeah, but the B and A attributes also cost more than they do in the sum to 10.
Oh, okay. Yes. So if this sounds complicated to the people at home, this is what happens if you're patching printable books as you go along. Because the old versions are still out there, and you just have to learn which one is a pitfall. That's not helpful.
No. The sum to 10 improved is a community development. It's not an official thing.
It's an unofficial patch to fix the old stuff.
Yeah. People complained that if you want to do sum to 10 and you want to do anything with a troll, orc, or mage, you're basically fucked. Can I say that? Too late. Screwed in everything else. Because if you want to be a troll mage, you're screwed. If you want to be an orc mage, you're screwed. If you want to be a mage, you gotta be a human. Or you're screwed.
The main problem with all the books enabled is there's a lot of stuff.
Yes, there's
a lot of stuff. Which is a bit of a problem because people usually have decision paralysis. But let's try and see if I can find something interesting. I'll probably look at qualities later and just do like general like setup for like stats. And skills. Yeah, skills. So if I am correct, if I am playing a street samurai and I have a lot of money, pretty good attributes, I'll probably want something like good physical stats, just all round.
Let's start with priorities. Do you want to dish out, or do you want to like take in? Are you Mike? Are you more of a glass cannon? Is your street samurai like shooting people with your amazing skills, or are you the first target everybody points their guns at?
Well, considering if I'm like a solo operative, I'd probably say I want to be the first to kill people. Like, I do not want to get outnumbered.
I have another interesting question. Probably interesting question. Do you want to play a believable character or an over-optimized spreadsheet of a purse.
Well, we are here to roleplay, so
Yeah.
So
Okay, let's exclude the strength 1, agility 12, elf, mystic cyber adept with monofilament wires in his fingertips that cannot
Yeah, we'll
even
do that.
push a rock, but cuts corn sack into little tiny mouth pieces.
the way I look at it, anything that is a 5 and above means you're really good at it. The 3 is the baseline and 2 is you're pretty weak. And that's how I go about distributing stats. If you really want to, you can leave something at a 1. I discourage it, because leaving a stat at a 1 just means that you don't care. Most of the time, I think it's just like bad for roleplay, because how did your character survive in the in the 6th world with with a logic of 1 or a strength of 1? You just get bullied all the time or used for other people's devices.
There's rocks that are smarter than you.
Well, looking at like the spread, 3 points in everything would bring bring me up to 4 because everything starts at 1. So let's put 2 points into everything just so I can start at average, because that's usually how I like to build characters. If there's like a point-based system, I like to find out what's the average, and then I can say, well, my character's good at this, but he's not too good at this.
Yeah,
So
that's
let's
a
see.
fantastic idea.
So let's see. Body. So I've got 4 points left, assuming everything's at a baseline 3. I've dumped all the special attributes into Edge for Edge 7. So I'm going to be like spending that like like bennies. So I'm thinking.
Oh, if
Probably
you
wanna
Friendly
put my-
reminder, this is not Shadowrun 6 where your edge comes back in the next scene or something.
Ugh. Well, I mean, I've got 7 points, so you know.
I mean, it largely depends on the GM how fast you get edge. There's like some hard rules, like when you rest, when you achieve an important target.
So let's go. So like, do like guns and like swords use agility, or does all melee attacks use strength?
when we talk about using edge on how to regenerate edge, I think the most sensible way to use edge is it's per Shadowrun. So once a Shadowrun is completed successfully, or failed spectacularly, then you get to recover all of your edge. This way, it also means that you cannot like dawdle forever, and you keep taking breaks between runs.
Yeah. So there's a really funny thing. There's a really funny section about regaining edge. So, things to refresh it. Good role playing.
I haven't seen that happen ever.
We
I don't even know why we give out edge for that. It's like
heroic acts of self-sacrifice.
I have never seen that either because nobody wants to die.
Achievement of important personal goals. I mean, that could work.
Nobody ever has personal goals. Everyone wants a paycheck. That's their important personal goal.
okay,
And
we are very cheated.
I am incredibly jaded.
pushing the storyline forward.
Yeah, that happens often.
You might as well think all the developers did was looking at Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition inspiration, was like, oh my god, let me copy his homework.
Yes, but
Here's
change is
the
quite
best one.
good, so it isn't obvious.
Impressing the group with humor or drama. So
I will
everyone has to be the
remove
comedian at the
edge
table.
if you make a comedy skit.
I will only quip in character, thank you. Yeah, I was thinking more like go for maybe like a spy kind of character. Like they can fight if
I mute myself.
Maybe go for like a spy character. Like they can fight if need be, but like if you're working like solo with like another runner, like generally speaking, if things go badly, you want at least the skills to defend yourself and get away.
So you basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 main stats for yourself, for your archetype alone. So 6 of the 8. You need body to have more on your condition monitor and to tank damage. It directly correlates to more body correlates to more dice to throw at the damage to take to reduce it.
I might just add toughness to get a few more condition boxes.
Agility. Agility is for sneaking, breaking conventional locks, like the lockpicking lawyer, hacking people into pieces with melee weapons, punching people in the face, shooting people, but it doesn't do damage for melee weapons. There is no melee weapon that deals damage with agility. Strength. No, we go off the list. Reaction. Reaction lets you dodge the attacks, drive your car better, or your plane if you have one and can fly one. And it directly influences your initiative, which decides when you get to act in combat and how many times. Strength. The thing that lets you break open doors, flip over vehicles, soak the recoil of your assault rifle, because you have to count the bullets. Then you lose dice if you're shooting too many bullets, which is hilarious. And how hard, like not how good, how hard you can hack someone into pieces with your katana. So for melee alone, you need at least body to soak, reaction to go first and to dodge, strength to deal the damage, and agility to apply that damage.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, the issue is solo run. Well,
Yeah.
Solo or duo runner. It's like you can't cover all the bases.
No, you cannot. That's why Shadowrunners are either hyper specialized, or they work in teams, or they are street level as scum that does piss jobs for milk cartons. So they don't really get challenged in their skills, so they're just the kings of their local street. Okay, charisma influences how good you can talk to people and how many connection points you get at the start.
Yeah, logic, intellect, willpower.
Intuition in its base also goes into dodging damage and initiative, like reaction, but also influences stuff like perception, or if someone wants to lie at you, it goes into the 2, I think. There's a list here. Yeah, charisma and intuition. Logic. How much of a brick is your brain? How dumb are you? Pick your poison. Willpower. Oh, logic and intuition also influence how much knowledge you have at the start. Because we can't have you be too much smart or dumb. Willpower lets you resist magic, influences how much non-lethal damage you can tank before you lick the floor, and resist intimidation and things. I would also like to direct your gaze up to the tab that reads limits.
Yep.
These limits are directly influenced by some or many of your attributes, like physical limit takes
It's
your
how many
strength.
successes you can get, right?
Hmm?
It's how many successes you can get, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah. The limit is how much of your many fancy D6s you can actually throw count against whatever you needed to throw them against. Like if you have 40 dice in a skill, unlikely, but your limit is 5, you can roll 20 successes, but you're only gonna get to count 5. Unless you spend edge to break the limit, and then the whole rules go out the window.
Well, that's the thing of when you play a character with a lot of edge, you can circumvent the limits to punch above your weight class, so to say. But enemies have the same struggle of Their limits will mean they can only be so effective, even if they get a really lucky shot. Depending on, what your Shadowrunner can do, they either tickle you or do no damage.
Or if you're OP as Noodle, they actually floor you in a single shot.
Yeah, that can totally happen. You can have scenarios where you're playing your mage character that's hyper specialized in one thing, or you hack a nerd and you get confronted by two gangsters, local gangsters in the street. How do you survive that? Well, try not to get into a fight is how you survive.
You throw cred sticks at them so they're confused, and then you run as fast as you can.
Pocket sand, pocket cred sticks. Like, oh my god, is that money? It's like, quick, let's escape.
Well, I've got, say, probably 4 in body, 4 reaction, 5 agility. I'm not too sure if that'd be good for like a solo street samurai kind of guy. But obviously, assuming like this is his previous work.
Let's think about what the implications are. If you work solo in a city, how did you survive? Right? Because most fights are unfair. So I'm thinking maybe you were more sneaky than others, so you can pick and choose your
might go
fights.
sneaky. I could definitely go for like a more stealth character. Like they can use like bigger guns, like long arms, but like probably go for like a more like because it's more cyberpunk. Go for more like a Solid Snake type of character. It's like Metal Gear.
I think one thing that would make sense in that case is going over to, let's see, jammer loading very slowly sometimes. I would start with a high amount of stealth. So either increasing your stealth group like by 3 just as a standard, or like at least have a sneaking of 4 to inform that you're very good at picking your fights and not getting out if you are outnumbered, so you can be effective at your job.
Yeah.
The stealth group includes disguise, palming, and sneaking. So, like, if you want to try to blend in, if you're trying to, like, snatch away somebody's PDA or cred stick or jewelry, or I don't even know what is even being palmed in the future, Unicorn.
Your guns and weapons, mostly, when you try to hide them. Or if you want to do the Fallout Gremlin tactic and sneaking a live Wi-Fi grenade into the pocket of someone who you want to see dead.
So palming is like a prerequisite if you try to smuggle a gun into a party and stuff like that.
It's when you try to hide something on your body.
Nope.
If you try to take someone from someone else's body, or if you want to put something on someone else's body.
So if I'm in a physical altercation with a security guard, I try to slap his gun away, like take it for myself. That's a palming skill?
No, that would be a called shot against his weapon.
Why is that different?
Because you're doing it in a combat situation. That's the big differentiation that Shadowrun makes.
Well,
if you do it out of combat, it's palming. If you do it in combat, it's your unarmed or whatever attack skill you use against his defense pool. And I think my Chamber just ate crap.
So I was like, I'll take stealth 3. That gives me disguise, palming, and actually, I don't see myself doing like much disguising or palming, but
you could.
I probably want to go for like a more sniper, so I could put the regular points into sneaking.
Yeah, you might like lower the skill group of stealth down to 2 or 1, and just increase stealth separately directly afterwards. Sneaking improves sneaking directly afterwards, which I think the first time you do it, it will tell you, do you want to break your group up?
Yeah, it should do. Probably go 2 firearms, 2 close combat, and then I can spread out the skills into like more niche sort of stuff for survival. Let's see.
We can. What are the reasons why you do Shadowruns and not like a dock worker or working in a hotel or manual labor? Why are you so violent? What's wrong with you?
A lot of
Well,
things.
the
Is
world's a
it-
violent place.
Do you want to buy lots of drugs? Is it like constantly chasing the best cyberware? Proving your body with more chrome. Are you addicted to upgrades? Is it the luck of the draw? It's like the bureaucratic system chewing you out and never giving you a legal sin, basically, so you can never find work, making
I
you.
was thinking more something like like an outsider in the system, like works like cash, always work cash in hand jobs. Maybe like, or I could go for something like it's a bit tricky with like say like an ex-con, like maybe like I was I had a like say I joined like a military-esque force, well, or military or paramilitary force, like a corpo force, and I got burned out.
Oh,
You
you
know,
got the burn notice.
yeah, I got burned out. Like, I got like, I got kicked out, like disgraced. But maybe it was like, maybe I was involved. Maybe like I had like, moment of conscience, and they were just like, "Now you didn't follow orders. You're done." Or maybe I was framed. Like kind of like trying survive on the outside. Like I can't work for anyone because no one will take me. I'm not seen as trustworthy. So working in the shadows is probably a lot better because I've picked up some skills like corporate, like enforcement,
Right.
picked up a few more skills to survive.
So the legal route of getting rehired by another company is not possible because you have like what would it be called? Yeah, it's a bird notice, right? Like they look, if you ever showed your real sin again, they would take a look at it and be like, "Oh, we can't work with that guy. He's a traitor. He cannot follow orders." All of
Yeah.
these reasons.
Yeah, go with something like that.
Do
So
you
I'm thinking maybe
have do
like
you have a bounty on your head?
that could be interesting.
That's a
I would
thing
say
you
so.
can buy. It's a quality, I believe. Unicorn,
Wanted.
you can talk to me about this.
Wanted.
The wanted quality.
Yeah, it basically signifies that there's a bounty of at least 10,000 nuyen on you. It's described as some agency, group, or organization, which is basically 3 times the same word for the same thing for different things. Different words for the same thing. Want you with a reward high enough to usually also it should entice the other players to want to turn you in. Then you have that balance of making yourself more useful than being that bounty.
Yeah, I do like that. Like wanted, like that does sound cool. Like maybe like I got out of like the company I was working for. Like they put a stitch on me. Like so like I had to like think fast like to get out. When they were trying to take me in, like I took someone's gun, shot some people, big chaos, managed to escape.
So if
Because
you
otherwise I'd just be inside of a cell.
you can take the quality in the common tab at the top left, and then select the negative quality wanted. You have to put in a value, so like how much money has been put on your head.
What would you say would be a good amount of money?
I would say, I mean, for like normal jobs of like killing somebody, it's what, in the thousands, like 5,000 or, like maybe 20,000 because it often gets divided between people. Like,
How much is the quality worth again?
the quality itself gives you 10 karma.
Go by the base rule, 1 for 2000. 1 for 2000.
So it would be a bounty of
20K.
20,000 million.
Which is an enticing number for most of the street scum.
Yeah, like a lot of people want to go for me if they know that I'm about or know that there's money.
Especially if you present your deliciously valuable butt cheeks on the street and they can just cash them in.
Yeah, stuff like
20,000.
bounty hunters recognizing your face because they keep an eye out on current bounty systems, or even worse, if your sin is active and people can put, a name to the number. Like, oh, that's his face. And it gets triggered in a database, stuff like that.
So would it be, because you'd have, what was it, the sinner one, wouldn't you? It'd be probably a corporate sin or corporate limited. I'm not too sure the difference. Or criminal.
Corporate is you are born into the corporation, bred and indoctrinated, fell out of someone's graces, but not enough that they burn your sin and drop your ass on the street. Limited corporate is the same, but you weren't born into a corporation. You joined them afterwards.
Yeah, you climbed the ladder as an outsider, working your way up.
Which is also why you pay more taxes than the corp citizen. There's the normal sin from any government that is willing and able to give you one.
And that's the thing.
Germany is. Well, the RDL.
The way I would think about this is the corporate sin is if you work for one of the big 7, right? One of the big corporations, that the movers and shakers in the world.
Big 10. Big 10? Big 10.
Right. There's a lot of nomenclature between this and Cyberpunk 2077. And since I do play more of the video game than I roleplay in Shadowrun, so I get them confused.
I might go for a corporate one.
There's also the quality of ex-con. You already went to prison. You just got out again.
And I would say that would conflict with the bounty. Like, I haven't been caught yet. Because if I remember correctly, the prison sentences are usually pretty harsh and long.
Hamburg has a famous prison that's on an island. It's called Big Willy. Yes. You may chuckle now. It's one of in the central islands. It's basically a big wall around the island. And they just drop supplies inside, and the prisoners are left to their own devices. If they murder each other, the guards don't care as long as nobody tries to get off the island. And if you manage to somehow get over the wall, through the drones, and maybe the spirit that's there, or dozen spirits, there are no human guards, because why would they? It's all remote controlled. There's drones. If you go into the perimeter, you just get shot. And if you somehow survive all that, you have to swim through the fucking toxic Elbe, which will make your skin really itchy really fast. And that's just the first step. That's why they said no guards there and leave the people to themselves, because who's stupid enough to jump into that river? Oh, also, there's stuff in the river that wants to eat you.
Of course there is.
They literally have many tentacled octopuses. Octopi. In the canalization of Hamburg. They don't have crocodiles in the canals like Florida. They have octopi.
I might go for a sin in Ares. Corporate sin.
Yes.
Yeah, let's look at this quality.
The corporate sin.
Yeah.
Do you still pay your taxes? Do you file your Shadowrunner illegal crime income and pay taxes for that?
Knowing them, probably. But I'm on the run. Let's see. I think there was there's a was it Sinner, which makes me think like, isn't this like, aren't those like
Yeah, that's the thing. So there's a few different ways to look at this. If you want to have like Sinner corporate, it means you're still part of the system and you have the sin on you, which means you get the drawback of paying taxes, but you have some benefits of having bodies within the corporation.
They'd hate you, more or less.
So
Potentially. Maybe they even like you.
So if you are wanted, it is very likely that your sin is invalidated at this point.
Yeah, so it wouldn't make sense to take one, would it?
Yes.
Because it'd be useless, discarded.
Yes, it would be completely useless. Instead, what I would I think the wanted quality is good enough for this, like, background knowledge of having been part of Ares before, but your sin doesn't work anymore. This is why you're sinless, right? This is why you have to do odd jobs to make any money.
Yeah, makes sense. So go back to skills real quick because I was in the middle of that before we talked about some thingies. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it makes sense to be like have a sinner national of you have a sin, but it has a bounty on it, right? But it's a double-edged sword. I'm not sure if it benefits you or makes it more interesting right now.
Well, I mean, if I've come in from out of country, then it may still be somewhat clean. Like, I don't know how like linked like the information network is. Like, if you like fly overseas and you're in Europe and you've got like a bounty on you, like, are there going to be people who are willing to take it up, or does that information pass over? Like, that's a good question.
Well, at least the way the internet works is the infrastructure is basically each megacity has a big infrastructure, and that one is
Its own intranet.
Yes, and that is very bare bones compared to the corporate internets of each corporations. Like the bigger the corporations, the bigger are the buildings on the net. So the visualization of here's the Ares building, and it's just like this massive mega block that overshadows all the other smaller servers of people inside the city. It's like, yeah, if you're on the corporate internet, everything is smoother and you actually get shit done on the internet and stuff. And the more you move away from that, it's just like bare bones. You can call your buddies, but you can't do much.
Yeah, it's the shit public Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's like 3 grids or grid types. It's the global grid, which is the shitflake you can call someone. There's the local grid, which is regional, like Hamburg has its own global local grid. Seattle has its own local grid. Washington, Frankfurt, every big city has its own local grid. And then there's the corp grid. Every one of the big tents has their own grid. They are really nice to be in, unless you don't like corporations looking into who you are. And I'm gonna say, like, if your guy is from, like, doesn't matter. If you work for Ares, if he's hunted by Ares in Africa, and he shows up his mug at the Ares place in Hamburg, they're gonna sack him too, because they will hear about it, because the system starts yelling as soon as they get your picture. Snackless bugger, basically. Cash him in. You even get 5 bonus points, so you can afford your 2 days of unpaid vacation.
I think I'll just have the character just be he'll be a Brit, but I don't know what the sort of state is of the islands in 20 whatever
The what now of the what?
of the British Isles.
How much of the islands are left over?
Britain is basically the same, just more fob.
Fair enough. I'll just take.
They are really like, ooh, if you don't do the right magic, you don't deserve to do magic. Oh, you have cyberware. Ooh, that's so blasé. Get the fuck out of my tea house, you criminal scum.
I have no clue what's going on in Britain. We never role-played there, so I have no clue.
I was in Britain once with a Shadowrun group, and it was basically us crawling through the canalization because the streets were too posh.
Wow, really doing well. I'll just say that I'm from there, like, either flown, recently, flown in or taken a ferry over, or been smuggled into Hamburg.
Nice.
It kind of makes sense. Like, if I've been burned, then I'd probably want to leave the immediate area that I'm in. Find some work elsewhere.
Basically.
Yeah. Probably take knowing German at a good level as well. Maybe some other language.
Yeah, so skill. So this game can have lots of skill rolls, and the way it ends up shaking out at the table is most of it gets hand waved until it's really important. So the way I build characters is always to inform my roleplay. So if my German is at a skill level of 1, it means I can order a beer in a restaurant,
Yeah.
Water, please.
Wasser, bitte.
I'll take 2 in probably something like con, because something to at least fast talk my way out of a situation.
That is that's actually skill and a specialization.
All right.
So the charisma group, was it negotiation? No. It was con.
Yeah, con.
Con.
Yeah, there you go.
And then there's a specialization, fast talk.
Yeah, just to be like, I can walk into a situation. If it goes bad, I can be like, hey, let's cool down here, kind of guy. And I can try and use that to get an edge on a situation.
I just noticed that I'm gonna start hating these construction rules because they don't allow me to be over my negative quality limit.
Oh no, you will have, 10 karma less than usual?
No, it doesn't even influence the karma. It's just like you get up to 25 points of extra karma at generation for stuff, for taking negative qualities. I'm at the moment at 26. I still only get 25 karma, but the charmer is complaining. I have to be at exactly 25 or less.
I suppose I might take something like Smith. I could definitely take that. That'd be useful. A couple of points in that. So what's the average say for a normal test? What's the hit requirement for it?
That depends entirely if it's a contested or a dice check or a success gathering thing.
There are a few different ways to do it, so just some situations, literally having 1 success is good enough to go by. In other situations, it's contested, and the average guy has an attribute of 3 if he's normal, if he's not handicapped, if he's not weak, if he's just normal guy, he has an attribute of 3. And then the skill level, if it's a thing he does, he has a skill level of 3, maybe 4, So your average guard, he can shoot his pistol, he has 4 skills in his pistol. And if all he does is shoot a pistol, maybe he has a specialization. But if he's just a grunt guy, he won't. He's just shooting his pea shooter and rolls 7 dice against you. Things get interesting once whoever is backing them can give them better pistols, better ammunition, better armaments, spend money on their training when they start getting 10, 12, 14 dice. And of course having more enemies to fight. So it's really a skill to skill differentiation. The big thing of playing Shadowrun is sneaking is very important because this game tends to be nothing happens for 8 die rolls until you fail once and shit hits the fan.
I'm not seeing how I can break the skill group apart on the thing because it's grayed out skills.
You cannot do that at Kargan. It's an extra house rule, and with the settings that we have, I can send you a modified one.
Well,
Uh,
Oh,
it's possible to.
yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot break skill groups with the default rules, and we picked default rules. Modified default rules.
I'll rejig it. Hold on. Go dish.
yes.
Because Nicholas is asking us, I can't Shadowrun. Understandable. I was just curious because I don't think I heard you guys talk about races.
So
Do we want to talk about the races?
Let's.
an awkward subject.
You want to? Did you have a thought to finish MS, or we can jump over?
No. I'm just rejigging it. So I'm gonna
Gotcha.
I'm gonna jack my sneaking up to 4 for a total of 9 dice. So that's pretty decent. I'm pretty sure I could probably get more modifiers with like gear and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
nine dice is very decent for. This is a thing to like get away from the normal rebel or people hunting you, as long as you're not being hunted by this SWAT team, you know.
How much priority did you put into resources again?
275k.
You will get many opportunities to waste your soul on Cyberware and Bioware, which can directly affect your stats.
Yes, that too.
All right.
It's also stuff like specialized gear, like a chameleon suit, whatever.
Like
How attached are you to your natural limbs? How attached are they to you?
Negotiable. I think I'll go.
The thing is that he has already an idea about what his character is gonna be, and I haven't even talked about mine because I'm trying to adapt mine to whatever he cooks up.
Let's go back to race. Let's go back to racism then. So
I have ideas for a dwarf, a troll, a human, and an elf.
So what do the races look like in Hamburg?
Imagine D&D races, but they wear suits instead of whatever animal they could kill that wasn't faster than them. That's what it boils down at the most basic level. Elves, orcs, dwarves, orcs. I said orcs twice. Trolls.
And orcs?
And the orc. And the dwarves. Not the humans, they don't. All have one shared feature, that is pointy ears. The elves just have the pointiest of ears. Dwarves are the barrel-shaped Pokemon regional.
I mean, we know what they look like. It's more of an allegorical question of how does Hamburg look on the races?
Yeah.
Or like the world at large, because I don't think that Hamburg is special in any ways on how they treat different races.
They have a really big cyber fetish scene. They literally have a person who's famous in the lore called Alien Queen. And yes, she looks like what she's named after.
Like the movie Alien?
Yes, like the movie Alien. She loves this previous century shit, and she modified her body to the point that she looks like an alien queen.
So that has nothing to do with races though, right? It's like body.
She's the I don't even know what she is, a human or elf or something. Races in Shadowrun follow the basic pheno and genotypical variations. Like an elf in Africa is as black as a man, as a normal human in Africa. So is the orc, so is the troll. In Japan, they are smaller slightly. There are very specific regional variants, like the Nartaki is an African variant of a human, the only variant, which has 4 arms. There's the Oni, which is a Japanese regional variant of an orc, which has red or blue skin, contrary to the normal human skin tone, a single horn, and how to describe this? Stat-wise, they get more charisma than the average orc.
Let's a thing to talk or mention. Since you brought it up as a side note, orcs and dwarves and elves, they have normal skin tones like normal humans.
On average. Unless they do something to their skin and get sunburned or cooked.
Yeah, so you can have your like normal looking Caucasian orc, or I guess you can have your South African orc with dark skin tones.
Which is interesting for the Americas because of the historical cultural hodgepodge that the US of A, may they rest in pieces, in Shadowrun, they do. You get everything everywhere all the time. Racism also has changed. It's less the whites against the blacks. It's more the humans against the orcs, or the orcs against the elves, or the elves against anyone.
Damn orcs.
Elves
They ruined orcs.
Yeah, orcs specifically and trolls get discriminated against a lot because they don't
Why?
fall into. I was about to explain that. Because they don't fall into the common person's standards of visual beauty. They find them ugly.
They look more ugly.
Yes, they have big teeth coming out of their mouth. And orcs, not orcs, orcs have the big teeth. Trolls also have the big teeth, but they also have horns in various shapes and forms. And big knots of subdermal armor that is basically like really thick callus that makes them look uglier. But if you hit them, you have less of a chance to actually hurt them. They have, like trolls especially, they're larger. They go into the 2 meter to 2.5 meters range. I don't know how much that's in feet, so don't ask me. It's more than 5 feet, so probably more than 6.
I mean, they're basketball players. That's how tall they are.
They are not allowed to play basketball players with the normal humies, basically.
Okay, so I want to focus, like, we don't have to explain literally every detail. I think the important part is, like, are they any different in Britain compared to, like, the greater Europe to help MS define? I mean, he's already human, but, like, what his character might think about them. And why is there the racism? I think part of it is it's cyberpunk dystopia, so the theme fits, you know?
There needs to be an us against them, and it's always easier to kick down.
I think, like, I always interpreted it in the way of big corporations or even politics using it to pitch different people against each other. So, you know, to divide and conquer the resources, make them work.
That's
for
the
their own
ironic
causes.
part. The corpos, they love trolls. They love orcs. They just want to put any... they don't want to invest in them. Take an orc or troll as a security guard. Gives them a bit of cyber, chip them, give them the knowledge software. Like, they don't even need to learn the skill. They just have it magically. Well, not magically.
Technologically.
But yeah, you have a tough bodyguard who you can just fire if they start complaining. Because Human Rights Watch gets banned, basically. And they're gonna be happy because, hey, that's an improvement in having money over living in the gutter and being eaten by rats. And I can tell you, those rats can get big in Shadowrun.
So, how does this play out? Are we talking that If I play an orc, I cannot visit half the city.
That
Or
depends that sadly depends entirely on the GM and which city. Like Hamburg has the German levels of tolerance.
yeah, don't really care, I guess.
Don't be black and don't talk to me in English. Even in that times, somehow they made the stereotype in that Germans want to talk in German.
Oh, you might have to roll your German skill then, MS.
Yes.
That's a good point. Like language skill, like how is that handled in Chummer?
Language skills are if you a second go to the skills tab.
Yo?
Wish I could show it to anyone.
There's like a second layer of
Yes,
skills.
there's like at the bottom. Let your eyes slowly wander down, not too slowly. And there's a button on the left that says add skill. All that
Yeah.
down there is for your knowledge skills. And on the right, there's a bar that's like add skills, alphabetical.
Language.
Show all knowledge skills, and then there's 3 knowledge skill points remaining. That's how many skill points you still have to spend at your leisure.
I believe this number is modified based on, is it your logic?
It is your logic and your intuition.
I'll take German and have let's go fluent conversation. How much would that be in points?
12. And you cannot go that high.
12 points.
12 is basically you speak German better than most Germans. 6 is if you have 6, it's more than enough. I would say 4 is enough. Like
Okay, I
you
can do that.
understand, you don't want to read some contract, some what's it called?
Yeah.
Some legalese bullshit from a lawyer that you cannot afford anyway.
But you cannot even have 6 skills in a language, can you? I mean 12.
Yes, you can.
No, you
You
can't.
cannot. You just can't have it at jargon. All your active skills, like shooting someone, stabbing someone, sneaking up on someone, and wrenching their neck, that can also go up to 12. But you're locked to 6 at the start.
That's what I mean,
Why?
right? We are building character. We're not
Yes, we
in
are
the game
building.
yet. So, like, if you're
I
making
could-
that differentiation, we have to. Those are assumptions people don't know about at home.
And it's me being way ahead of of everything here because my brain is fucked.
Yeah. So at character start, a maximum
irrelevant.
skill rating of 6 means you're really good at this, but you can go all the way up to a skill rating of 12, which most people don't know. Like, if you have a skill at 12, it means what? You're like the best person in the world.
The description in the book is, and I know that without looking at it, you are a world-renowned master in that field. People come to you to learn from you.
Okay.
So if you're a Shadowrunner and also a world-renowned master, you got a bit of a publicity problem there.
So if you move to Germany and living amongst Germans, and they treat you worse if your German is bad, I would say you want your skill in German at least at a 4. So
Yeah, about 4.
yeah, that's like you're good. If you want to go for 5 and 6, you're really you're pretty refined in German. And it's only really going to be a problem if you have to talk to like politicians, bigwigs, and corporations in Germany. If you're talking to the bank and wanna get a loan, that kind of stuff. But for most of your operations, a 4 should be good enough.
GM, I have a question that is pertinent to your understanding of the world.
Oh no, we don't ask questions, so that's a rule for the roleplay.
Well, this is for character generation, you prick. Are politicians a common thing or a specific thing for prejudice?
In what context?
In the context of this negative quality, so that's gonna be. There's the negative quality prejudice with I'm thinking about picking, which means you don't like someone for a real or imaginative reason. A common prejudice is humans, orcs, elves, cashiers.
Oh no, I would count diplomats as like specialized, a small
Okay,
section.
so politicians are specific.
Yes. I would
Because what's also interesting is there is in the RDL, the Allianz der deutschen Länder. Why are you laughing, you dingus? There is a place, it's called the Trollkönigreich, the Troll Kingdom, Schwarzwald, Black Forest. And yes, it is what it sounds. The trolls just went up, said, fuck you guys. We don't like your discrimination. We're gonna discriminate. We're gonna make our own place where we're gonna discriminate against you. Went into the Black Forest, founded their own kingdom, and just said,
With
yeah, we're
blackjack.
part of the RDL. Like later they became part of the RDL. It was like the trolls have the saying there. And the orcs are like, don't get discriminated. They are dwarves are just short, so that's what their discrimination. They have to live with that already. Elves are not as welcome, and as a human, you better have a reason. Like you are, your presence is. Damn, I need word. Tolerated.
Yeah, we call it reverse racism.
Yeah, it just reversed all the racism. They're still not as racist as the really racist humans.
So, anyways, I hope this answered all of your questions about racism.
Yes, I also hope that it answered questions you didn't even have. If you have more questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I might even read it. I'm staring at it the whole time.
I suppose some cyberware, some gear.
Okay,
Or
sorry, where's the
Bioware.
fun part? How much of your soul do you want to keep?
Let's, before we go in there,
Having a soul doesn't put food on the table.
I want to know of, because Shadowrun, you could spend money on a bunch of different things. And I want to cover some bases first. Like, a fake sin is a thing every Shadowrunner should have on his person. So if you spend all of the money now and you don't have anything left for fake sin, that's a problem.
Yeah, the essential kit.
Yes.
We can go to gear and buy some essentials for you.
Yeah.
And maybe something that allows you to earn money by putting stuff into people that doesn't belong there. Or taking stuff out of them that should be there.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not responding, so I have to give it a minute.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm talking about bullets and knives, by the way.
Yeah, probably need.
I mean, yeah, it will go hand in hand of if you want to go with cyberware, and that's your like weapon of choice, it's part of your body. Personally, like I build characters where the shotgun is inside the arm, so I don't really upgrade the shotgun that much. It's just I buy a really good one at the start and hope it will last for as long as possible, and mostly improve myself by increasing the skill rating and getting better at shooting.
What do I want to start out first? Like, what's the key kit I need?
A lifestyle. You need a place to sleep.
Accommodation.
Yes. You have the free choice to a luxury condo that you barely can afford each month. Or probably can't. 2, free walls and most of a roof.
And there are also in brackets of comfort levels. We have the street, the squatter, low, medium, high, luxury, commercial, bolt hole, and then like hospitalized, basic, or intensive. That you don't have to worry about that, and traveler.
Yeah, because if you get intensive hospitalized, you're probably either being arrested or so close to dying you might as well.
So considering that I've just moved,
I'm gonna take a quick stint at this from top to bottom in the social hierarchy. Luxury. You live in what it's named, luxury. You have real food. You might have a maidservant, drone or meat bag. You have soft, fluffy pillows. You have more than one room. You probably have like a second bedroom, you decadent prick.
I don't think you need to describe anything more because all I see is 100,000 million per month.
Yes, that's what I mean with you cannot afford it. Hi! That's what the execs live at, the good ones. You get mostly real food. You have no servants. You have a roomy apartment or like your own small house with a garden, real or imaginative. With VR, everything is possible. You can have bamboo in your... You can have the most invasive plant in your garden if you so desire. I don't know what else to say. It's like that. It's like the C-suit living style.
What about low? Let's go low.
No, I want to go medium first, but okay.
No, we're skipping that.
Okay. Medium is just average. It's too average. There's nothing special about it.
Very average.
Low! You don't have hot water. You don't have reliable heating. You probably live in a house that or a block, in a hub block that's owned by a gang, and they are the landlord. Imagine that a really huge hub block in that V lives in Cyberpunk. That's basically low. I've also V's apartment is more like middle style.
Yeah, we're talking about the video game comparison.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Squad. Also the most important part with low. You have 4 walls, a ceiling, a floor, and nothing of it is leaky. You're actually mostly safe from the elements. Heating in the winter or acclimatization in the summer is whatever you can scrunch together. Now come the funny bits. Squatter. That's what I mentioned earlier, 3 walls and most of the ceiling. You have an apartment that maybe doesn't have all walls, does have all walls, but there's holes in them. One of the walls is some corrugated tinfoil. You don't have your place to yourself because you're sharing it with 5 other gringos. Hot water is something that you heard of or remember fondly. Real food is something that you never heard of or remember with much pain. Your shower is basically a bucket with holes drilled into it. And the lock is... Get the fuck out of my face, you insect. Not you. The lock is a really big and heavy chair that you put in front of the door so nobody can open it from the outside.
Yeah.
The street is the street, and it costs you like no money.
Yeah. The street is your house is whatever shoe carton you fit inside. I hope hopefully your security is whatever weapon you have. The lock is how well you fit into a corner. Shower is something that other people tease you with because you smell. If someone offers you a shower, you take it just because it means clean drinking water, or mostly clean.
I mean, the shower is a local river, which is also what irradiates you, you know.
The food is whatever rat is slower than you.
I think I'll take a low because I'm starting from scratch. You know, I don't know many people.
A negative quality that forces me to be at medium or be pissed. I am gonna be an unhappy person if I'm not having my clean water.
So yeah, if you are the low quality, the way I like to imagine it is living in one of those skyscrapers that have the first few levels underwater, and you might live like on the lower levels there too, because everything is a bit waterlogged. All the people have to walk past your apartment to get to theirs. So it's like always super loud, like lots of stomping. If you take like the wrong step outside, you might just fall into the sewage.
Yeah. And in the cellar there's ghouls.
I mean, yeah, don't walk into the cellar like, holy shit.
Yeah, the cellar had to be surrendered to whatever wanted to live there.
So let's well, I've got a lifestyle. What is the other essential kit?
The other central kit is not drugs, is not weapons, it's actually gear. And then there's a search bar where you will type in sin.
We are buying your
Sin.
fake sin.
Yes. Where you will find a fake sin.
A
Now,
rating.
it got a rating, and it's, as you can see, it's freaking expensive.
Or documents usually are.
Yeah.
Let's start. Why is there's a quality level of how good an item is? That's a core mechanic of 5th edition. The other one is availability for an item. So if it says availability free F, the free means it's pretty easy to find. The F means it's verboten. It's it's illegal.
Forbidden.
Yes, you need to find a way to acquire it, which either a contact or black market or anything. So, it's illegal, but it's easy to find. The quality levels defines on how good is the item. Like, not all items need a high quality rating, because not every item needs you to make a skill roll. But it allows you to like think about how good the thing is you got your grubby hands on. For sins, it's very important since a sin might get checked if you go to the local library or the corner store, or you want to go into a fancy, swanky restaurant to eat.
Without a sin, you cannot even take the bus.
There's also the classic, if you walk around, everybody is showing their sin if you walk around. If you are not showing your sin, people will assume that you're a criminal and avoid you.
You're automatically an outcast for not broadcasting some kind of sin.
I'm
The special
thinking
thing-
maybe get a good one, like at least like some like clean, like something clean.
The
used.
highest. So now we come into the one of the cruxes. At Kargan in the default rules, which we are going by so far, the highest availability for an item that you can pick is 12, which would correlate to a rating 4 sin, which is solid. Like, as long as you don't murder someone or punch someone, even the police are not gonna check it that hard.
Yeah.
Like, there's a
Okay.
table somewhere in the core rulebook, which is the sin.
I've got it. It's 367. 4 is casually plausible, sex, age, nationality match. Supporting data appears valid on cursory checks.
There's no free. Yeah, okay, there's no 367 because I'm in the wrong book.
And I will,
Gotcha.
and I'll take like a burner one as well, like a level 2 maybe. Something that I can like, broadcast to like sort of slide around.
Yeah.
Or like, because if it's all tracked, then I can use the good one for legitimate purposes and use the bad one for whatever I want.
I usually do it the other way around. I use the bad one for legitimate purposes. I go to the stuffer shack with the rating 2 sin. I go to the wherever I can get into with the rating 2 sin, because if that's burned, I don't give a flying prickle.
True.
If I get checked by the police and all they do is like, do you have a sin? Because I'm not broadcasting my sin, and just like, oh yeah, I'm turning it on right now, then it's always correlating to some bollocks of check. Sin checks go into the same ratings as 1 through 6. The crux is they get double the rating in dice to check it, but the rating is still a limit. Like, if you have a rating 6 sin, they basically need to roll 6 successes to even notice that something could be wrong. And to know that it is wrong, they need to do 7 successes. So with a rating 4 sin, you're pretty safe from most casual police checks. And with a rating 2, you are the stuffer check is not gonna ask you your sin as long as you pay for the stuff you're not gonna steal, hopefully. Unless you try to buy guns, and then everything gets more complicated. But what Shadowrunner that is worth their salt buys their guns at a stuffer check where they are marked and registered and all that?
Because you can always use it to give it to someone to
get
be a
them
little-
into deep crap. No?
Yeah. Oh, it was stolen. What other standard gear?
So, yeah. If you now have picked your sin of desired level,
Yep.
just go with a rating. You can enter something that is your fake name or whatever, and where it is registered. I usually do fake name, and then the nation it is registered to. So Maren Schulz, to be extra German.
I'll go for my fake sin name, Johann Kovac.
Great.
So the next thing you can do is right-click the fake sin, add as plugin, from which you will select the fake license.
Add as plugin, fake license.
Yes, and the license needs to be of the same level of the sin. This is an important part, which makes this one very costly. And you can now you can basically go add and more. At which point it will give you a drop-down menu where you can select what the license is for.
Yeah.
For you, the first thing I would suggest is like something weapons, cyberware, driver's license, military ammunitions, or military weapons.
Okay, I'll need quite a few of these, so
Yeah.
probably say concealed carry.
Yeah.
So consider it this way, right? Like, if you get stopped for any reason, then you need to justify why do you have the cyberware installed and have the guns and the katana and whatever on your body.
If you decide to go into a place where such things are questioned.
Yes.
Because if you only ever go into Harburg, which is the low income place of Hamburg, no one ever is gonna give a bugger unless the police is doing something there.
So maybe you just keep a license for walking around. Maybe you keep a license for the big gun that you cannot hide because it's so big.
The most important reason to have a license is just because you live in that local area of a shithole doesn't mean that the guy who gives you your money wants to visit you in your local area shithole. So you want to have a sin so you can visit him wherever he wants to meet you without you getting arrested 5 times on the way or you having to murder someone. Because murdering like people on the way to your job is kind of not good for publicity.
Yeah, it's kind of a joke of, oh, let's play Shadowrun. No, let's play Shadow License. Like, get your license first.
Get your license to be a Shadowrunner.
You got a license, mate.
The license to be a Shadowrunner.
I am having flashbacks. As we speak.
That's either good or bad.
Bad.
Bad, yeah, of course. As if Shadowrun have ever given anyone good flashbacks.
Let's see. Restricted cyberware, because probably will need that. This is going to take a while to add. It's expensive. Grade 4.
It is expensive. You can downgrade your license if you want to grade 3, and then you can downgrade the sin to grade 3. I'm very sure that my husband is gonna be a dear angel game master again, and not let us run into the poshest high society restaurant on the planet with our rating 2 sins. Probably he's gonna love it to do that just to.
I mean, why would you go there?
Asses on ground eyes.
So for fake license, I assume military weapons license covers non-military weapons as well, because, or is it that bureaucratic?
That depends entirely on how much of a stickler the GM wants to be.
Yeah,
firearms
I would not
license.
worry about like get a license for your guns, and maybe I would also say get a license for driving your car or vehicle of choice, because that might come up. And if you want, maybe get a license for hunting people.
Yeah. So
Bounty hunter license.
yeah. So the license that are most important. Your guns, so firearms, blades or whatever melee weapons. Driver's license, because fahren ohne Führerschein is something that Germans are kind of stickly about.
That, because it's also one of the classics of, yeah, you get, you drive funny. It's like, oh, this guy's not driving with autogrid on, basically. So let's pull him over and ask him about his driver's license. And it's like all written in crayon, like, yes, I can drive. So, maybe we take you into the precinct and talk about this.
I drive good, question mark. Where was I now? Thank you for interrupting my train.
What licenses?
Weapons, firearms, weapons. If you want to use special ammo like armor piercing, you don't get a license for that because you're a scummy ass dirty Shadowrunner. That's from the military and the cons. So stuff that's like F in your that you own, F, you cannot get a license for typically. It's like the license is just for the stuff that's R restricted.
I think that'll be a good cover so far. Okay, what else?
Driver's license, melee, range weapon. Special armor if you want to use some.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I don't really think you
Yeah.
need any more licenses. Those are the ones that...
So two important ones. Cyberware,
Yep.
if you don't already have it.
There's only restricted cyberware.
Huh?
There's only restricted cyberware.
Yeah. There's like, you need to hide your illegal cyberware because they're gonna take it from you. And then what my dear husband already said once, a profession. You need, at least in Germany, a legal, justifiable reason to have something. So you don't get a weapons license if you don't have a reason to get a weapons license. So you're basically a hunter, or what is much more common in Shadowrun, a bounty hunter. So you basically you're cashing. You can cash yourself in if you so desire.
You know how it goes. Bounty hunter. Yep. Bounty hunter license. Okay.
If you had adapt powers, which you don't, you would also need a license for them. If you had healing magic, you would need a license for those.
So anyway, I mean, yeah, it's all about like simulating the nightmarish bureaucracy.
The most annoying parts of bureaucracy.
Yes. So
like if I play a mage, I need to license to be a mage. Because the license will tell everyone that I'm a mage.
Okay, I'd say sins sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Let's. I think we can go to cyberware. It's also getting really late. Are you okay with figuring out more stuff about your character?
I want to get the basic kit down first, and then we could call it, I'd say, and I don't know, consult with you more.
I'm gonna go through this really fast now. Vision devices you don't need, blah blah.
I think the actual cyberware is gonna be the
actual cyberware is where we gonna stick the longest, so I would get the other stuff. You're a human. You can put a flashlight on your gun, so I don't know if you want to carry someone, but they are not expensive, so maybe you get one.
Probably.
A respirator, you definitely want one of those. Get a rating 6 one.
Respirator. 2050 or regular? There's respirator and respirator 2050.
You have a book activated then that I don't. The
Fair
Shadowrun
enough.
2050.
Yeah.
I just updated them all.
Ignore everything that says 2050.
Okay.
2050
rating
just
6.
means it's like the olden ways, like
Yeah.
30 years ago, which means it's the old technology.
Respirator, flashlight. If you want, you can get gecko tape gloves. They allow you to climb up some surfaces.
Flashlight. Don't need some kind of communication device.
Depends on what. I'm going. There's a top-down the category.
Hmm.
I'm going from bottom to top, as I do.
Okay.
So survival gear, the flashlight, the respirator. That is like software, skill soft services. You don't need any of that. I'm gonna go up until something pops up that you should need. There's a Sins and there's a credit sticks, and maybe you want a credit stick that allows you to paste. It's like a credit card. No one can trace it. So having a standard credit stick is something that many people should have.
Red stick.
Do you want a grapple gun?
I don't think I'm that good at climbing, so I'll probably say no.
Yeah, it's not really like a standard kit type of affair.
Food, 4-key, explosives. Do you want explosive? Probably not as a start because it's expensive and difficult to get. So, then we come to electronics accessories. Do you plan on having a data jack? Your USB port in your skull?
I reckon that'd be useful.
That is very useful, actually, yes. So, you might want to get a subvocal mic. And then you're basically done already if you get a data jack.
So subvocal microphone, meaning exactly what you think.
Yeah, it's like a choker that the military uses.
Yeah.
With the earplug thingy. It has limited range compared to Matrix communications, but it's radio waves and it's really hard to listen into. Drugs. Do you want to take Cyroware that makes you faster?
I imagine so.
It eats a lot of essence and money, but it has its advantages.
Yeah.
You can
Otherwise, I would suggest Jazz or Cram and looking at them what they do in the core rulebook.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
getting dizzy because I'm talking too much.
Yeah, you can take a break and let me talk for a second. Like, Jesus. That's the thing.
I don't trust you.
I have to mute myself all the time because the echo is really annoying for the stream.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
A comlink. Renraku Sensei is a good middle of the field. Not too expensive, not too cheap comlink.
Yep.
If you want more, go for it. It's up to you. Just the Renraku Sensei is like everywhere where I play. That's the standard for a new character. Unless they're like a techie or like fancy.
Yeah, the one better kit.
In comlinks, they're not too important. Most of the time, this is just how you talk to people. In rare cases where you are a hacker or you get interacted with hackers, they might want to target your comlink, in which case you might have to answer what's on there. Do they get your address? Do they get your SIN? Do they get the phone book of all of your targets? Now they get eliminated one by one. But I've never really seen comlinks, the rating of a comlink matter, except for the roleplay of, oh, let's meet like in some cyberspace room, and it's like, okay, I literally don't have a deck. All I have is this rating 1 comlink, and you're like 32 pixels on the screen while everybody else is polygons.
I can count your pixels. The next interesting part, breaking and entering gear.
E&E gear. Probably a lockpick kit.
Yeah, if you want to go lockpick. The auto picker is the same as a lockpick, but it's loud. Because it's like... And it gives you a dice pool bonus to the lockpicking skill. If I have one, I usually have the other because there's situations where you don't care about being loud.
Yeah, I'll do that.
A crowbar. In the rules, a crowbar doubles your strength to break open stuff that you can break open with a crowbar. It's very freaking cheap, so it's
Yeah.
there's no reason to not have one when you have some.
You can
strength.
I
see-
suppose a backpack.
Yeah, you can see how Shadowrun ends up being, oh, I just have 50 tools and I leave 49 at home because I don't need them for the run.
The mini welder. It's a welder that is really small. You can weld stuff together. You can weld stuff open. It's just like it takes some time. And do you know the welder from the Alien movies?
Yeah.
There's one thing that they pull across the doors. Basically that, but less interesting. The sequencer is a very specialized piece of gear that you can put on keypads, and it will brute force the door. So for someone who is bad at hacking, this is the only way to get a maglock door open.
It's because the lockpick is not going to work on the keypad.
Yeah.
It-
That's just for the ones that use numbers to enter. If you need one that uses a card, you need a key card, a maglock passkey, which works in the same way, but for the different. So you end up with a load of breaking and entering gear.
So you can think about this. Are you really the kind of runner that has to get inside places, or are you more just like, I show up at the location and kill the targets?
And remember, if you have a really big shoe or a crowbar and lots of strength, you have the universal guest key. It's just loud and you can barely hide. It's really difficult to hide a door that has been torn out of its angles.
Out of its anchoring, yeah, sure.
Yeah, out of the thing that locks the door to the wall. Not the thing where it swings on, but the locky thingy thing. My English is failing me right now.
Obviously, well, I think I'll move on to cyberware. Grab a data jack.
How much money is left over?
Should have a few 100,000 at least. The stuff that we bought right now is nothing in compared to the cyberware. Also, if you want a car. I was gonna go to the weapon next because then we go back to ammunition. But if you leave 5,000 left over without wanting a vehicle, you're good. If you also want a vehicle, you need at least like 20 to 25,000.
All right.
It's your vehicle, your weapon, your armor, and ammo.
To look at let's move on to armor. I want something to assist with sneaking around.
You're pretty much out of luck then because it's a chameleon suit or nothing else.
Chameleon suit. Yeah. Armor 9. So it's got something. Let's see. Can I get armor mods?
Most of them from the Run and Gun book. Or all of them, all the interesting ones. And what you can do is armor stacking. Like you
It's
can
wear some heavy on top.
You can have if you go through the list of armor.
Yeah.
Does this actually? I think only the helmet and the riot shield have it. You see that instead of having an armor rating, they have an armor plus modifier. The helmet is +2, the shield is +6. Was it +6? Yeah, +6. Those add to your armor. Like you wear a chameleon suit plus a helmet, you have 11 armor. The thing is that plus needs to be compensated by your strength. So what you can also do is you wear your chameleon suit, but you also wear an armor jacket. In which case, the armor value of the chameleon suit gets completely ignored, and only the armor jacket counts as your highest armor value.
Okay, grab those.
Like, you don't get 12 plus 9 from both combined, you get 12.
Yeah. Okay.
And the line coat is the classical trench coat thing. If you really want to go with that.
Let's see.
Weapons.
Weapons.
You did mention armor mods. For me, I don't think armor mods are like super needed. This really
Yeah, I
leans.
just wanted to look at them.
There's a few niche ones like chemical resistance, which makes it that in the acid rain your jacket doesn't dissolve.
Yeah, but those are the kinds of, most of it can be hand waved through roleplay.
It could be, yeah.
And but this, it's the gun porn element. If you want to
Yes,
simulate
we are
everything.
we are very deep in gun porn territory right now. Which personally I like it. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about it. But
Because nobody role plays at the table, so you can imagine that if you buy the stats for your jacket now.
yes, I can have my tactical M23 Colt RR26 Bollocks with laser pointer, smart gun system, 3 different scopes, a red dot, a blue dot, a green dot, and a flashlight. And a different flashlight. And two colors of laser pointer.
But the roleplay is still, I click my pistol button, 3 times.
Yes, I point gun at man and click. Playing Call of Duty pen and paper edition. What's your main weapon gonna be? Or your main weapons?
Well, is it your cyberware that you have installed?
Also, in the chama, in the middle down of the window, depending on... There's the hide items over quality limit 12 button. If you see that.
Which button is that?
If you go to add weapon, for example, the weapon tab.
Yeah.
Weapon.
Yeah.
Most of the pages have that for gear.
Yeah, I already do that.
Middle hide items over quality limit 12. So it doesn't show you anything that you cannot have anyway. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll probably want to go with something generic, something replaceable. Reliable.
Generic and replaceable. What kind of weapon do you desire? A sniper rifle, a shotgun, an assault rifle?
It's like anything specific as a British person. I assume a flip knife.
Oui. No, we have those in we have those in our fingers.
Oh, okay.
Stabbing. I was thinking maybe a handgun, suppressed at least, and an assault rifle.
The suppressed handgun, like we also call it a bow.
Considering a shotgun instead of an assault rifle, basically, like if things go bad, I could just dump something big into someone and then run.
Then the question is only how illegal do you want it to be?
So do you have a lot, like, is this, since you went over the pond, it's not something you took with you. What do you think did you acquire in Hamburg? And has it been 3 years? Has it been 2 months? You're pretty good in German now.
I'd probably say I've been around for like 6 months.
Our list now is a bit limited because we only have like 2 or 3 rule books enabled. If you want to go with the Shadowrunner Classic, it can only be the Ares Predator 5. Or if you want to be a bit off-brand, the Colt Golf 2066 or the Browning Ultra Power.
I'll go with the Ares.
Okay, yeah.
And get a. I'll go with a rifle as well. Useful in any situation.
A long shooty rifle, a shotgun rifle?
Just some that can basically just like it'd be like the AR-15 of Shadowrun.
AR-15 of Shadowrun is the Colt M23.
M23.
Highly modular, doesn't come with anything, middle of the ground. Most runners think it's subpar. Most players think it's subpar because it only deals 9 points of damage instead of 10.
Yes, since you are selecting weapons, you can use the category section at the top left, like assault rifles, and you see all the options available for that category. This is very important for, especially if you have a specialization, like are you really good with handguns? Are you really good with shotguns? Or are you really good with assault rifles? Those are specialization categories that you can pick to get a +2 dice pool modifier when you shoot with those style of weapons. So, yeah.
I'll just go with the M23. I'll take the damage hit. Maybe add some kit to it.
And for nice thing is you can add an internal smart gun system, which is because the internal one costs the same price as the gun, but the gun is really cheap.
Let's see.
Add accessory, and then you get
Smart gun.
no modifications available to this. Something went
There
wrong.
is. I can see it. So let's see. I want to go. Where is it? Smart gun.
Ah, I see. My Chama is a big, silly dingus and did not activate the run and gun book. Or any
Go
use for that.
get the generic tactical flashlight for the gun. For grip.
Husband, I would like to go with the shadow spells and the grimoire.
As far as I know, you can use any of the Shadowrun books you want. You just have to tick them on, and I need to be able to look up the stuff you have. Because, like, I cannot know all of the rules. I barely know Hamburg, so I'm gonna read a little bit up on the city itself to help us inform what and where we are role-playing.
I get a spare magazine as well. I'll get some spare magazines as well. Because, you know.
The spare magazines are better bought in the inventory. Under gear. Because they cause problems for some reason. If you buy them as a gun attachment.
Fair enough. Accessory.
Yes, I don't bother too much at, like, making the guns work in Shadowrun. I just make them work good enough that I can tell what is the armor penetration modifiers and all of that when I would shoot a gun, and use that as a reference points for role playing.
It's gonna be granular bollocks if you go too deep into it.
Silence.
I mean, I personally love granular bollocks, but granular bollocks is gonna get in the way of trying to 4D this.
And I'll get a suppressor for the. You can get smart gun internal for the Ares Predator 5, right?
The Ares should come with an internal smart gun.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Suppressor does.
One thing.
We can't hear you.
Because I muted myself, because I pressed the phone.
Go ahead.
One thing I wanted to recommend, but I don't see it here, is the customized grip, but I guess it's in a different book.
Personalized grip.
The personalized grip, yeah.
Yeah, you can get that.
I mean, unless you activate all of the books, then just get the extended magazine and have like 200 rounds. Turn your M23 wannabe AR-15 into a wannabe I'm a source squad support weapon.
Okay.
Squad assault weapon.
Spare clip. I'll buy 6 of those. 3 for the rifle, 3 for.
That's more ammo than you use on the average run.
4.
Yeah. I mean, 3 for each is plenty. 2 for each is yes. 1 for each might be a bit not enough. If you do like some people that it's like how I know people that find out how much a loaded magazine weighs, correlate
Yeah,
that
the
to the
hefty.
strength stat, and then like I have 20 magazines with me.
So Shadowrun, it doesn't really have an inventory system for that though. So
Unusable one.
yeah, so
The first hurdle is to have a granular inventory system. You need to have weight. Like you would need to know how much everything weighs. Like how much does an M23 weigh compared to an Ars Alpha? And there's like one is a normal receiver layout with the magazine in front of the trigger group. The other one is a ball pop. And there's like how much does it make a weight difference? One is a grenade launcher. How then nobody wants to
well,
do
yeah,
that.
we don't. That's what I mean. Is we don't have to get into that. Please, I beg you.
Please, yeah, no, don't do that.
So stop bringing it up.
If you tell me how much a fully loaded M6 AR-15 magazine weighs, I'm gonna find something in my house that weighs as much and throw at you.
I said stop.
I'm gonna go AFK real quick because I have to.
I mean, you don't just the way I always imagine this. I carry maybe 2 guns, which means at most I carry 2 magazines for each gun. You know, like
Yeah, I'm just finding ammo for it.
Yeah, where are you going to put 4 magazines on your body without looking like a soldier going to war? You know, that's already super. You're on the edge of trying to hide your intentions. Walking
That's
away.
what the trench coat is for.
Yeah, trench coat
Pockets.
helps. Yeah.
I think it's a heavy pistol, is that Ares, isn't it? Ares 5.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, that's that side. I'm a little overheated at the minute, so I reckon I'm probably good for stopping for now and probably finishing Cyberware, hashing out character details over the week or so.
Yeah, character details, we can get more into that, but you've been in the city for half a year already. You've got some contacts at this point. Of course, the Unicorn's character, you guys will have something in common. It's one of those things that local tables, sometimes, or most of the times, the characters don't know each other, and it is the Mr. Johnson, the Mr. Smith that gets them together. But I very much prefer if there is something that pulls you together. Mostly because it also gives a reason to go on multiple Shadowruns together, not just the one time. And then doing it again is just like, why? Is there literally nobody else in the city I can work with than this fuck? You know, you can run into that problem.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll hash that out. But for now, I'm absolutely drenched in sweat and need to just
Okay, so
cool off.
yeah, I want to give you some homework. Think about after you've spent your attributes, you will know like how many points you have for your contacts.
9.
Yes, for building the contacts. So I want to. Do you know how contacts work? It's a relationships. It's a last tab.
Archetype, name, location.
I look so good.
Yeah, it's fine. So
Contact notes.
So there's a stat 1-1. One of the stats is how much they like you. And the other stat is how much influence they have. So the influence on the street, in their corner, in the district, you know, in the city, outside the city, across the world. And, you know, do they know you passively? They like you. they're your friends, they're your partner. To like they would rather die than give you up. And context is a great way to like co-create characters into the world that you are connected with to make the world feel more alive. So classic is many people, they just use it to create their handler who gets them missions to connect them with. I like using, I did that, but instead I made him a 1-1 red-nosed Jimmy who is like complete trash at their jobs. But it just makes everything more funny when we play Shadowrun. Because I get to roleplay with a goofball on the other end of the line, get them in context. It's really hilarious.
Are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about my character. Yeah.
Fair enough.
A useful thing would be a hacker or a mage or maybe a friend, maybe a local that you got to know over the 6 months, or somebody from at home in Britain. In which case, they might not be able to help you physically, but you know.
Yeah, so it'd be someone like type support, like be a hacker, netrunner.
Anything from like a bookie, a fixer, it can also just be a firefighter, you know, a local that you know, that you can draw from for information.
Or a guy that can go to be like, I need some cleaning up.
Or a gang leader, you know, if you know your local gang leader pretty well, or you get into trouble with another gang lord and you need backup, that kind of... it really leaves a lot of room for imagination, which I think is a strength of Shadowrun that often gets overlooked. So, just something...
I'll definitely play around with it.
All right. And with that, I think, you're overheated. My wife just walked away, so we're gonna stop here. Is there next time we want to play? Fuck, we didn't even talk about running combat yet. It's gonna.
That's gonna be brutal. I was just reading the combat section before, but I reckon probably follow up a bit in the Discord and.
Yes, we will do some Discord shenanigans, and maybe I just have to like stop the roleplay for a bit and be like, okay, guys, so you rolled your first initiative. Let's talk about all the things that could happen, and do that. And maybe the second combat we just roleplayed completely and see the difference and stuff. It
should be fine. If we need to make rolls, we can call them. And then we can do actions, and you can give us the what needs to be rolled.
Yes.
I think initiative will be a huge bugger.
Yes, I will need the numbers, and I need to write them down. And when you take actions, you remove 10, basically. So if I know that you rolled a 22, I know you get 3 turns, and we go around. You know, 22, then 12, then 2, and then it will be fine.
But unless he does something like full defense, where he sacrifices another 10.
Yeah, that's where you sacrifice another 10, but you get bonus defense. And you have also stuff like riposte. So you spend 5 initiative points, so you can counterattack the enemy after he attacks.
It's advanced melee stuff, so...
Exactly, so it's like pretty cool stuff to do as a fighter. But it's not in the core rulebook, so it's a bit annoying to keep track of. And it changes the initiative order of things happening. That's the thing I talked about with Tyler Flame Zombie on the other stream last month, I think, or a few weeks ago. So we're just gonna run combat and look at how combat works in the rulebook. And I think is the other one in run and gun with advanced melee stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, the run and gun book then. To get a comprehensive view. Okay, with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you, chat, for showing up. And like as soon as we started getting into Jammer, nobody can see what's happening. Chat's quieted down.
Yeah, I don't know how to stream this shit, so...
No, that's
you
just...
should be fielding more questions.
Yeah, if there are more questions, I don't see any. we
No,
got,
there are not. I kept looking at the chat, and Nicholas had like 3 questions.
it's we just
I should have
have
had it open.
the classic echo issues for the actual show. It's gonna be recorded, so if people want this to be live, leave a comment in the video. Like, let me know. I asked on the Discord, but well, it looked like Unicorn felt quite comfortable today, just like talking her ear off. So I don't think she's gonna be shy at all. Thank you. Oh, hello, Mothership Down. Welcome. That's a first. I didn't see that name before. Yeah. And we will see. For the roleplay, can we actually play Shadowrun without asking a rules clarifying question every 2 minutes in this game? That's the thing. It has similar problems as Pathfinder. So many roles, not that many matter. So we'll find out. Okay. I'll stop the stream. Goodbye.
Okay.